Welcome, Bishop, and everybody else. My name is Walt LaFontaine. I mean, sort of like a joke. But anyhow, I'd like to start off with this job is done with some people who are wonderful. Rick Hollingsworth, who is our property manager. Rick, can you stand up, please? His wife, Nina, who is the spiritual advisor. My spiritual advisor, Nancy, and also our very capable registrar, Nancy. Barry, who is our program director, and hopefully in the future will be. And Miss Kathy Moore, who is our registrar. Where are you? Probably somewhere. Okay, so there we go. I want to just go over a few things with you, and I want to talk just a little bit about the past, if I could. And just recently, during the summer, I got a call from my friend Cal Wick, and Cal said, hey, I want to bring down Hal Haskell. You're thinking, I see some nods in here, but most people, so what's the big deal? Well, in Camp Lore, Hal Haskell was the dude who brought the, purchase from Camp Arrowhead off the mountain and laid it at the feet of the diocese. And the story goes, Hal said, well, I got a call from the bishop, and the bishop found some property that he wants to buy. Will you buy it? Hal says to the bishop, yeah, I think I can. So Hal said, well, what I did was, I didn't have all, it was about $200,000, a fortune back then, I guess. I said I had most of it. So what I did was I called my golf partner. I said, hey, I need to buy this camp for diocese. Golf partner says, okay. And so that's how we ended up with Camp Arrowhead. Now, there is a lesson here, because when a bishop calls you in the next 3 to 5 years and says, hey, we need to build a dining hall, make sure that your golf partner has the last name of Rockefeller. Just saying, it's kind of important. And then, see here, that's our old property manager, Terry Carmine, who came over, who had never met Hal. So, and I did want to show you this particular picture up in the corner. This, to show you the changes in that area, this was Santa Claus Island back probably about 25 years ago, and then you can see what it's the same shot, same angle today, if you can see back up in there. And then there's Hal with some of our campers. And that one over there, I think I'm going to enlarge it and entitle it 3 Old Dudes Talking Trash and put it up in the dining hall. Now, then I get another email. The last thing I want to talk about is I get another email from our not-so-ordinary Canon Gary. And let me tell you about Gary. He's an interesting guy. Do you know that he collects and trades old convention journals? You wouldn't think that, but anyhow, he found this little excerpt from 1958. I'm not going to read it. You can read it. Do your Evelyn Wood on it. But it's kind of interesting, and it was an excerpt from J. Brooke Mosley. Now, when I was a kid in Melford, he was the bishop when I was a kid, and I did work with his children and still communicate with some of them. But that's a pretty powerful statement, even back then.
Read it to us.
I'd rather not, but you can read. Well, my real point is I just want to bust on Gary. Okay. So I just got back, we talked about the president a little bit, I just got back from a convention of Episcopal camps and conferences, which is about 107 camps, Episcopal camps, and conference center that when we gather once a year we communicate. It's a good group, you get a lot of information. And there was a lot of talk and statistics and all these other kinds of things. And there was a couple of things I did want to share with you out of all that information. One was very interesting, that they do a lot with people coming back into the church when they're older. And the point was that when they interviewed folks, that 3 out of every 5 people who come back, like maybe 30 years, 25, 30-year range, 3 out of 5 people stated that somewhere in their history they went to a faith-based camp. That is tremendous. That's amazing. The next thing I wanted to kind of say, that the connection with the diocese is critical to any successful camp, because they've drawn that in connection with the diocese. Look at our connection. We're just a small diocese. Look at the program and the amount of people and the connections that we have. Look at the parishes that are involved, the annual drive, and the fact that our clergy are so busy doing what they're doing with their parishes, yet we can call them, and on a dime they will turn around and help us every time. And so that is a powerful thing for us. Because again, this is our camp. It's not my camp. I'm just a steward. It's our camp. And it's our camp community. The other big thing there was this huge push to involve the staff, not just the campers, because the campers, but there's this huge, and they say, well, we ask these young people to come down and work, and we need to feed them, we need to nurture them. And I'm thinking, no, wait a minute. I smile, because back in the 1960s, when this diocese committed to decentralization, the program that we run, nurturing the staff was a main component of that. We've been doing that since 1960, and you should be amazingly proud of that. And if you don't believe me, we could do one of those things where people stand up and talk for 5 minutes. We could do that in this room within people of 8 feet of you, and we would have our reaffirmation. Because there's enough people in this room that know that. And so we were really, when we came out of that conference, knowing what we have here is a true blessing. This summer we had 1,000 campers, 75 staff. The theme was peace, and part of that theme was Miss Kathy Hanna. Where are you? Who retired this year? And I want to say a word about the Bennett clan and Kathy Hanna. She grew up at camp. Her parents are involved, sisters and brothers, and that is another reaffirmation of the power of the camp community. Kathy, thank you. On the conference side, we have 40 conferences, 1,500 participants. That's amazing for our center. Given that we're 3 seasons, we shut down during the winter. We gave out $56,000 in scholarships to children of all flavors. All family needed to do was show need, and we were able to provide that money. Well, most of it, we kind of ran out of them, but that's okay. Our Adopt the Cabin program, we've been working on that for a couple of years now. We have 5 groups that have adopted, and I wanted to speak to you a little bit about that, because I've been trying to drum up some more interest. And I was talking to a parishioner in one of the smaller parishes in Sussex, and she said, well, we used to be Adopt a Cabin, And I remember we used to go over there and work, but you know, we're all older now and we really can't do that. So I'm like, no, that's not it. The fact of the matter that you did that, you have that knowledge. It doesn't matter. You don't have to come over. Just pick a cabin and buy us a bucket of paint. And that way we can get you, we can make that connection. So, you know, I implore you to go back and just, it doesn't have to, it can be a box of screws or something. It's not just coming and doing the work or just giving us the money. It's that connection. And we need to keep that connection. So think about that if you would. We did get a Delaware Community Foundation grant, which was pretty exciting. We got that to build a new meeting pavilion, picnic pavilion, specifically for the Environmental Center, which we have been working on to get school groups in. We had a little bit of a setback because we thought we had a Longwood Foundation grant for that. And we didn't get that, but that's okay. We will persevere and get that working. We have a strong partnership with the Diocese of Southern Pennsylvania, and they do not have a camp, and so we have been fortunate enough to work with them to get campers in. We had a very successful annual fund drive, and thank you for that. Our easement, now I know you're probably smiling about the easement, but our easement, we have signed the commitments, and now it is in the hand of lawyers. Now, thank God, Tempe and Ann are now, this is the truth, they are now referees between the state lawyers who are arguing over a 50-foot piece of swampland that's really, nobody really cares about. So when we get that settled, we should go to settlement, hopefully by next convention. That'll be soon, I think. My wife said, don't make this a Saturday Night Live skit. We're very happy to improve our housing for conferencing because, again, you know, you talk to people, well, we don't like them down at camp because there's old metal beds and my back always hurts. We're never going to be a Canugo with motel rooms. We're not going to be that. However, we have worked very hard to get new beds in the buildings and decent mattresses, so it's different. So if you are considering a vestry meeting or, you know, if you want to retreat, call us because it is different. It is different, and Kathy goes out of her way to really help our diocesan groups. It's your camp. You need to take advantage of it. I want to thank all our clergy and parishes, families and friends for all their time and talent, because without you, we actually would not exist. Okay. And then for the future, we certainly want to remain the most unique program. We are, in fact, one of a kind. Got a couple hours sometime, I'll elaborate. We do want to take care of our infrastructure. I mean, we have Ma Bell telephone lines still in the ground. We have 11 septic fields that are all within 3,000 feet of the bay. And so, you know, to be good stewards, we need to address that, and we are. And our plan is to connect our system with the Sussex County, and we are in the process of doing that. And it's not cheap, but it's the right thing to do. We want to repair the dining hall roof and fix up the shower house such that we're going to have time, we need time to look at our shower situation, our dining hall, because right now our dining hall is built for what, 180 people, and we have 280 in there. And so as we go in for the next 5 years, we need to take a critical look at that use, bathrooms, and come back to you with a plan that is reasonable, that you're going to support. And so as we go into this process, we're going to need all of you, all the parishes and clergy, to keep to keep an eye on this. You know, when we send something out and you really have a thought, help us develop the plan for the future. And that's gonna be a difficult process. It's gonna be fun, but it's gonna be difficult. And so, but right now, we need to get the things repaired so we have a dining hall roof and we're not leaked on next summer. And so we are in the process of doing that. Keep the camp and camp family in your prayers. Connect or reconnect. If you've not known camp for a while, say, oh, well, we had an adopt-a cabin. Reconnect. Come down and see us. If you haven't been there, take time. We're there all the time. Just call us. You're welcome to come down. Keep providing us campers and staff. Remember us for your picnics and your meetings and your groups, anything like that that we can help you with, please do that. And then, again, become educated as we go into the process of preparing for the future. And so I'm going to leave you with, somebody said, you're going to sing another song? No. But what I am going to do, we had a staff member that grew up at camp. Her name is Michelle. And Michelle has worked through a number of jobs, and she's now one of our unit directors. And she took some video and put a little clip together that I want to show you. And it's a little rough and it's raw, and she's missing some things. But if you really look into the body language of what's going on, you'll see what it means to a lot of these young folks.
Greatest thing in the entire world.
I like camp because it's fun, you meet new friends, and you get to do a lot of things you wouldn't usually do at other camps.
Is fun and a way to explore nature.
To us, camp is teamwork.
My favorite thing about Outpost is all of the food that you get to cook. We all had a really fun time. And the counselors are really nice too. Camp to me is awesome.
To us, camp is home. To us, camp is home. To us, camp is home. One big happy home that anyone's always welcome to. Diversity, pride, community, family,
Fun,
love,
inclusion,
Around spirit.
Camaraderie is the most important thing about camp. We all work together, we all enjoy working together, and that's what makes everything go around in this place. It's heaven on earth as far as I'm concerned.
It's where we learn to get along with each other. It's where we made probably the best friends we've ever had. Camp's been my everything for the past 17 years, so
When I step foot on this property, the smells evoke emotion in me that it's indescribable. And I just am very thankful to be a part of this wonderful community.
When I think of Arrowhead, I think of lifelong friendship and a real connection with nature and the Lord, and just endless fun.
Brenda and I are reunited after 40 years, as if there was not a day between those years.
I grew up at camp. I learned who I wanted to be as a person at camp. I found out how I wanted to carry myself from being a camper and being a scout.
Camp for me is a place of belonging.
Finally, as a personal note, I'd like to thank the so many people who continually help me, because there's no way you can do this job without that. And I could name them, but I'd be here all day. But thank you, and God bless. Keep us in your prayers. Thank you.